Hey guys, Jen here, and thy next review is Shadow of the Colossus for the PlayStation 2. When I think of successful and amazing games, this title consistently pops into my mind. In 2005, the gaming community was given an incredibly unique and gripping experience in the form of Shadow of the Colossus. This was developed by Team Eco, and believe me boys, I'm the first to admit when I've made a mistake, but it's Eco in Japan. Shadow was originally titled Nico, a play on Ni, which is 2 in Japanese, and obviously the first game, Eco. This game was considered to be a prequel to Eco, but you've got to play through the whole game to really understand why. You play as a young man looking to revive the life of a girl you have carried into this area called the Forbidden Land. The world you exist in just makes sense. It has a legitimate feel of a land once populated but now forgotten by man, and the isolation is palpable. You're alone with your horse Agro, and you must take on 16 behemoths one by one to bring the young lady back to life. Shadow of the Colossus is epic, seriously and beautifully epic. It consists only of boss battles. If you haven't played Shadow, this might seem like an unbalanced style of gameplay, but beat a few colossi and you'll see the thoughtful and deliberate structure of the game. The ramping up in difficulty is perfect. Each colossus will be slightly more feisty than the one prior, and usually present a new challenge in order to expose their weak point. The difficulty doesn't lie strictly on the ability of your foe to hurt you. Instead, it's related to where the weak points are and how you will inevitably take the Colossus down. Each Colossus forces you to change up your style of attack. Nothing feels forced and nothing feels repetitive. Even when you're presented with 2 colossi that are basically the same in design, the way to defeat them is very different. There are many reasons why this game is spectacular, but the scale is the most notable. The environments feel expansive and so well designed, and the creatures are just gigantic. Each of them are ominous and overwhelming, and this is the first game that's ever made me feel tiny. You've got these huge creatures you have to destroy, so get ready to grab some fur because that's the only way to traverse these massive monsters. Once you find a Colossus's weak spot, charge up that sword and stab away, but be sure to hold on as the Colossus will freak out and start tossing you all over the place. You have a grip gauge, so you can't cling on forever, but there are usually safe points to stand and regain grip power. Health regenerates very slowly, so don't panic if you take a big fall or get squished under a giant foot. Not much happens plot-wise during the game. The bulk of development comes almost as a reward at the end of your journey, so again, I'm telling you to play this game the whole way through. It's surprisingly moving, and it's the epitome of fantasy that Team Eco does so well. When the game ends and the credits roll, you may find yourself fighting urges to climb large bears and beat them with sticks, but fear not, because beating Shadow of the Colossus opens up new gameplay modes, Hard and Time Attack. Each are rewarding emotionally, but Time Attack will also give you equipable items that make fighting colossi easier. Shadow of the Colossus is just great. The only person you're hurting by not playing this title is yourself. I know there's a massive amount of hype behind this game, but that shouldn't stop you from enjoying the experience. You'd be cheating yourself as a gamer if you didn't at least give this title a shot. In the near future, gamers can look forward to an HD version of Shadow coupled with Eco for the PlayStation 3, as well as the next installment of the series, The Last Guardian. So hold off on trekking through your local dangerous forest to find adventure, and pick up Shadow of the Colossus.